In 5, 4, 3, 2. iCarly is coming back. That's been common knowledge for 2 months, but there are a lot of people who have certain assumptions surrounding it. For example, you assume Sam and Carly are getting back together for their web show, doing the same shenanigans that made the original so popular. You assume the status quo will remain relatively the same, and we'll be seeing all the familiar faces return for a new generation. You think the revival would follow this path, but that's not how things are gonna go down. Instead of only relying on what brought iCarly to the highest of ratings, Paramount is taking a bit of a different turn. This disgusting film article reveals details about what we can expect. The revival will take place 10 years after the events of the original show, which more or less fits in with real life. There's no release date yet, but we can make a logical conclusion. If the show ended in 2012, fast forward a decade and nice! The new episode should be here by next year. Now with this jump in time, things are not gonna be the same. The internet is a vastly different place, and apps like TikTok have become a staple to content creators around the world. Carly's not really going to be a star herself, but those kinds of apps will still exist in this modern timeline within the show. One of the massive changes of this revival is actually in the characters themselves. You got the main ones of Carly, Freddie, and Spencer, but other than that, I see a bunch of question marks in the air. Sam is a near guarantee not to show up, which single-handedly changes everything about the revival. Jeanette McCurdy and Nickelodeon have a long past of not so great things, so she's sitting out of this one. As for a bunch of side characters, we don't have too much information, but I'm guessing anyone can show up in a cameo. Anyway, this absence of people from the original opens the door for unique characters who have never appeared in the iCarly universe before. Step aside, Sam. There's a new best friend in town. Carly's new best friend slash roommate will be part of the LGBTQ+ community as a pansexual character who dreams of becoming a fashion stylist after her wealthy family lost all their money. The character will also serve to push Carly out of her comfort zone as they confront day-to-day obstacles. Freddie's stepdaughter is reported to be social media obsessed, who sees the older Carly as washed up, as well as competition to her small YouTube channel. Right away, this gives us a surprisingly interesting dynamic. I can already see the episode in my head. Carly versus stepdaughter, one-upping each other in every dumb way possible. If this is done right, that could be awesome. Per how sources have described this revival to us, it seems that rather than focusing on Carly's web series, which will more than likely still be part of the show to some degree, it will aim to appease the generation that grew up with these characters by having them explore modern problems that young adults face. That being said, from how roles such as Freddie's teenage stepdaughter are being set up, the series looks to be making itself open to a fresh, younger audience as well. Now, one of the big questions you might have about new iCarly is the involvement of original creator Dan Schneider. He's undeniably made some great shows, but he's also Dan Schneider. The less you know about him, the better. If I was a betting man, I would say he's not involved in the revival, like, at all. The biggest clue for that lies back in 2018, when Nickelodeon rightfully cut ties with him. At the end of the day, the return of iCarly has an insane amount of potential. The digital landscape has changed since the original show's run, which means there are so many stories here that haven't been told. Based on everything we've learned, this may not be what you're expecting, but that's not a bad thing either. It could be fun to watch. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.